Take us in, Chief.
Travel with us to the outer reaches of the universe, the set of the new Star Trek movie.
In this movie, two captains meet, and then something happens.
Prepare yourself for some close encounters of the Klingon kind.
Who do you think spends more time in makeup every day, me or one of you?
Well, I think we do. Your beauty is natural.
Oh, good answer. Bonus round.
Oh, well. Learn the secrets to some of the spectacular special effects.
And one of our own actually joins alien ranks.
Didn't I ever tell you that kind of resembles kind of a butt thing?
It's our Star Trek Guide to the Galaxy this weekend.
And we're going to take all you Trekkies and Trekkers on the Trek tour of a lifetime.
Hi, everybody. I think you'll be glad you're spending the next hour with us because we do have something special for you. I'm Lisa Gibbons.
And I'm Bob Goen. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight this weekend.
We're on the set of the movie Star Trek Generations. You can see they're in production right now behind us, blocking out a scene. And over the next hour, we are going to take you on a complete, no-holds-barred, all-access tour of the Star Trek universe.
It's going to be fun. You know, the huge Star Trek world encompasses movies and television and merchandising and, of course, a huge international fan following as well. And we're going to take you on a Trekkie tour, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the latest addition to the Star Trek universe. On the Paramount sound stages, crews are working double shifts, day and night. A huge undertaking is at hand because on the horizon is the film Star Trek Generations.
The other thing to do is to cut this out and make a bubble, because the effects department can give us a clear bubble.
In charge of creating the enormous sets that will take the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation to the big screen is production designer Herman Zimmerman.
This particular script moves around so quickly. We are in 37 interiors and 7 exteriors in a little under 2 hours.
Zimmerman gave us an exclusive tour around the set, starting with the mammoth stellar cartography room.
Approximate cost $120,000. It's going to be used for exactly 1 day for one scene that'll probably be on the screen 3 minutes.
Next came the Klingon ship.
The dirtier, the grungier, the meaner they are, the better it looks. Everything looks greasy and unkempt.
At one point, two of these unkempt fellows stopped by to chat.
You're my close-up.
Stop nibbling on my ear. If you have to blow your nose, does the whole face just shoot across the room?
No, but the veins just pop out.
Do they?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Many sets from the TV show will be in the movie, including the bridge here, but with much more detail added.
When you view something on a 19-inch diagonal screen, it's very forgiving of detail, but when you see it on a 30-foot high, 70-foot wide CinemaScope screen, you really need the detail.
Star Trek is really an interesting vision of the future, and Starship Commander Patrick Stewart says it's a vision based on optimism.
It tells us there's going to be a future, and that although the whole universe will not be improved, but in this solar system, we've actually finally got it right.
Well, they're shooting to get Star Trek Generations into theaters by Thanksgiving.
This move to the big screen.
Smoke. I think my pants are on fire.
This represents a transition to the movies, of course, for a lot of the cast members from the TV series Star Trek The Next Generation. And just as the original crew of the Starship Enterprise before them, the movie universe picks up where the TV galaxy leaves off.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Time it was, and what a time it was, it was.
There was certainly an air of nostalgia in the room when the last scene was shot.
I feel bittersweet. I wish I knew why the show had been canceled. They are simply the grandest group of people I've ever known. And if I get close to working with people like this again, I'll be very lucky.
The final voyage of the Enterprise on Star Trek The Next Generation brings with it a galaxy of emotion. After beaming into living rooms and around the world for 7 seasons, the show and its stars say goodbye to TV with a special 2-hour finale.
Captain, what's wrong?
I'm moving back and forth through time.
The episode finds Captain Jean-Luc Picard time-traveling to the bridges of Enterprise's past and future. That meant the reincarnation of some dearly departed cast members.
Sir, can you give us some explanation?
My first reaction was, well, wait a minute, how? You know, it was all a dream. I was in the shower or something, you know.
And the premature aging of others, including Commander Riker himself, Jonathan Frakes.
I should be so lucky. Look, it's the only guy who got older and grew more hair. But Jonathan doesn't have a lot of natural wrinkles.
Yes, Mike! Did you get that?
And we got little hair pieces that are going to fill in here, fill in here, and then I've got my little freckle machine.
We made it. This is actually the next day.
I had a feeling you weren't going to listen to me. Stand by.
But despite this quantum leaping through space and time, some things remain the same, like the snug spaceware crew member Marina Sirtis has spent 7 seasons squeezing into.
One of the things you have to be on Star Trek is uncomfortable in your costume. It adds character. This is the industrial strength Starfleet regulation brassiere. My second favourite item, the men's support briefs. Because, of course, the men can't have a VPL, visible panty line. And I'm sure if you asked any of my fellow actors, they'd all say they wanted an extra large.
But I believe that you are the finest crew in Starfleet.
Ending the series, only to begin a Star Trek feature film just days later, has made facing this final frontier on TV a little easier for this close-knit cast, but only a little.
I'm going to miss the laughs. I'm going to miss going on the bridge and having your stomach hurt from laughing at the absurdity and the abuse that we heap on each other. A lot of relief, tinged with some sadness and some fantastic memories.
That final 2-hour episode of the series, Star Trek The Next Generation, will begin airing in syndication the week of Monday, May 23rd.
Star Trek has come full circle to live once again on the small screen. The Next Generation was a ratings winner, as is the second series, Deep Space Nine. Both have carried on the tradition.
I was skeptical about whether or not they could pull it off. Gee, how can they do it without us? You know? Well, they managed very well. Thank you very much.
The world of Star Trek seems endless. There will always be new adventures and brave new worlds to explore, and what started out as a dream for its creator has become an American institution.
I hoped people would like it. I hope now and then over the years someone would say, I saw it, and it was nice. That would have been great. But this is insanity. Let's see what's out there.
When Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry was selling the idea of his TV show back in 1964, he was describing it as Wagon Train to the Stars, which is kind of cool.
Very.
But it was 1991 that he passed away, but the wagon train is still continuing to this day, as we know.
It absolutely is. And I guess he didn't know at that time, but some of the biggest names in Hollywood's galaxy would be passengers on that intergalactic wagon.
Do these faces look familiar? They should. They belong to movie stars, comedians, and athletes, all of whom have left their mark beyond the stars.
Every time you feel love, it'll be different.
Oscar winner Whoopi Goldberg was a frequent visitor on The Next Generation. Tending bar in the 10 Forward Lounge, she served up advice to the crew.
This is one of the few shows that take place in the future that I saw as a kid where there were any black people. You know, Lieutenant Uhura was there. That gave me a lot of hope.
This is Captain Morgan Bateson of the Federation Starship Bozeman. Can we render assistance?
Kelsey Grammer and Bebe Neuwirth may have bellied up to the bar at Cheers, but they were energized to be in The Next Generation. And everybody knows Kirstie Alley's name, but back in 1982, she got her big break on the big screen in Star Trek II.
It was great. It was my first job. I was very grateful, don't get me wrong, and I really wanted to do it. I mean, I was thrilled when I got Star Trek, but I didn't know I'd be playing a Vulcan.
Captain, I am Jono.
For Chad Allen, Star Trek is 500 years away from his current duties on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, but that didn't keep him from enjoying his visit to the future.
I did one episode. I've probably been recognized more for that one episode of Star Trek than anything else I've done.
It won't be as bad as you think.
Mädchen Amick is best known for her role on Twin Peaks, but in 1989 she made her Interstellar acting debut. She credits that voyage to her parents and the original series.
I grew up with it. I mean, my parents had it on constantly. I had the bouffant hair and the tight suit, and it sort of reminded me of the original.
Somebody had to keep an eye on you to make sure you still didn't find a way to cause trouble.
And from a high-powered attorney on L.A. law to a highly advanced alien, Corbin Burnson made the transition look easy.
I had a great time when I was there. I've always said to them I wanted to come back and do the character again, but
I must have stunk up the scenery or something.